Hey everyone, Chris Sev with Sourcegraph here. Today I'm excited to announce that the Cody extension for VS Code has now hit v1.12.0. 1.12.0. So a lot of good improvements in this one. Let's break it down in this video. I'm going to select New Chat. The thing that you'll notice here is that Claude 3 Sonnet is the LM that is going to be default for all Cody free users. Now we used to default to Claude 2.1, but since Claude 3 came out, the whole family is Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus. We're going to default to Sonnet for all free users, which is a big upgrade. Anthropic themselves say that Claude 3 is as smart as Claude 2, but twice as fast. So you'll see all of that speed improvements in your commands when you do edits, when you do chat messages with Cody. And of course, Claude 3 Opus is available for Cody Pro users with unlimited usage there. Another thing that we've improved in this extension release is @files. When you're asking questions to Cody, you can say @ and you can talk about a certain file. You can say, hey, let's go look at my page.tsx, add that in, and then you can ask it a question about that specific file. But sometimes when your files are a little too large, that file becomes too large to use for Cody's context window. So let's say and I don't know when you do this, but if you're talking to your webpack.js, you can see the notification here. If your file is too large, add line range. And this is what we've added in this version. You can click on the file that is usually too large to include the whole file, too giant. You can say, oh, just look at lines 1 through, let's say, 50. And now you can chat with that specific file with those line numbers. So it's a good way to narrow down a specific section of that file if it was too big. Other improvements, and I think you've seen it already here, when you are searching for files, the @ symbol, and I'll just start typing page.tsx again, is much faster. And we're able to speed this up because we now respect the files.exclude, search.exclude, and your gitignore files. So we expect that you don't really want to chat with those files. We're going to remove them and actually make this a snappier experience. And the final change with the @mentioning files is that as you're adding files, Cody will keep track of the number of characters in each of these files. And as you start to add more files, let's see if I can, I asked it an question now. Well, let's cancel that. Let's start a new chat. So I'll say @page, @route. Cody will take a look at each of these files. It will grab all the number of characters in each of these, and it will add it together to keep in mind how much context we're sending into Cody, into Claude 3 to ask questions with. So as we're getting closer to that larger context window, you'll start to see and you'll reference files. It'll say more of these files are too large to add. That's just a good indicator that you're adding in a lot of files, just so you know for your sanity that you are getting towards the context limits. And speaking on context, we've improved context quality for JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, and Go. We've improved how Cody looks at the cursor selection that you have and the cursor position, and we've improved how we can grab context from the surrounding code of where your cursor is. We've also made some good improvements to the login flow. We've heard that it was a little bit too much back and forth between the browser to VS Code, so we simplified that a little bit. And we have a brand new support forum, and you can find it at community.sourcegraph.com. If you have any questions for the VS Code extension, the JetBrains extensions, you can ask your questions here. You can go here, see what other questions have been asked. And this is going to be a great place for you to go and look for support when you have some questions about Cody. So that's it for version 1.12.0. Thanks for watching and happy AI coding.